This is most endless enemies. Greetings, I am Mindful Madama. The superpowers of the enemies created by Hawk Moth are very diverse, but there is a special cast of heroes who can wield immense and unbeatable infinite powers in Miraculous Ladybug. 10th place, Cat Blanc. Cat Noir has learned the truth. His beloved Marinette is the hero Ladybug, and his beloved father, Gabriel Agreste, is Hawk Moth, the mastermind behind chaos. Overwhelmed by this unsettling reality, Adrian finds himself trapped in a web of difficult choices, his emotions spiraling into a sense of deep despair. Wanting to run away, Cat Noir loses control, unleashing a devastating force that turns everything around him to ashes, creating a fearsome, glowing sphere of destruction. The entire city was laid to waste. Suddenly, a mysterious figure from the past emerges, Ladybug herself traveling through time. Cat Blanc, eager to showcase his boundless power, begins to create an enormous white sphere, stretching beyond the size of a planet and even expanding it to the scale of a galaxy. This is an immensely massive, unstoppable, and infinite force of destruction from which there is no escape. However, Cat Blanc ranks only 10th among endless enemies because he can only destroy without having the ability to control or change the universe. Cat Blanc becomes an eraser of infinite power, obliterating everything in his path. 9th place, Argos. Felix, wanting to protect Marinette at the party, transforms into Argos, a mighty force with incredible powers. Argos creates a centimonster called Red Moon. This majestic creature can emit a mesmerizing red light, illuminating everything around it. The magical glow gives Argos the ability to erase anyone with a snap of their fingers, as long as Red Moon illuminates them. The more people disappear, the more powerful and immense Red Moon grows. Eventually, Red Moon becomes incredibly huge and starts illuminating the entire city. Under the rule of Argos, all the inhabitants of the city, including the superheroes themselves, found themselves. Argos, too, is a powerful eraser. However, he had complete control over his power and ensured the safety of important people. He even had the ability to bring them back if needed. His control over his power was unparalleled. Therefore, Argos's power is more refined and ranks 9th in strength. 8th place, Risk. A little boy named Froggy receives the ability from Hawk Moth to make other people impulsive. Transforming into Risk, Froggy takes to the streets on his trusty bicycle, sowing the seeds of recklessness all around. He releases a huge number of tags that stick to everyone and make them perform risky and thoughtless actions. I consider this power to be endless because it has no limits. Froggy can always ride a bicycle, and his presence could easily go unnoticed, and his influence unnoticed as well. Imagine the scenes as people caught by the allure of Risk's tags perform daring feats and take wild chances, all while Froggy himself rides on, uncaring of the chaos he leaves in his wake. His desire is simple, to create a world where freedom reigns and where everything is easy. For what feels like an eternity, Froggy's tiny paws have been affecting numerous individuals, turning their once cautious nature into one of daring adventure. But Froggy himself didn't even care about that. He endlessly wanders around the city and feels happy. He didn't even need his Akumatized object lost in the zoo. Give me a like, and I'll be happy too. We can share the joy Froggy feels as he roams the world freely. Thank you. 7th place, Lies. It all begins when Kagami catches Adrian red-handed. Adrian lied to her about his actions. He repeatedly told her untruths and evaded her at the most crucial moments of their relationship. This deception struck deep into Kagami's heart, and her emotional pain caused her to transform into Lies. The metallic girl, now called Lies, standing before us, emanating a radiant white sphere. With each passing second, this sphere grows larger, holding the power to freeze anyone who has ever uttered a lie. It's a daunting sight to behold, and Kagami wields it effortlessly, knowing she doesn't even need to act for the sphere's chilling effect to take hold. Lies is slowly moving forward, waiting for all people to find themselves in her infinitely expanding sphere. Facing Kagami in her truth sphere seems like an impossible task, for who can escape the clutches of truth? Kagami is almost impossible to defeat in her sphere. Only by setting a trap, one might have a chance. And if it weren't for Ladybug's fortunate circumstances, the large glowing ball of truth could have grown infinitely, leaving the world to contemplate all of its lies. Sixth place, Maledictator. André Bourgeois loses his self-control after dedicating his entire life to serving his wife and daughter. However, Audrey and Chloe still decide to leave for New York, calling André useless. Maledictator appears with the power to issue commands that are impossible to resist. In his fingers, he possesses a force that creates energy spheres, compelling others to obey. But at some point, Maledictator becomes dissatisfied with the small balls and creates a huge golden ball reaching up to the sky. Ladybug says that he can absorb the entire city, and the heroes won't be able to resist. It's an endless power. And what I like is that Maledictator can personally choose the detailed commands to give to all of his subordinates. However, creating a huge golden sphere requires significant concentration, so Ladybug and Cat Noir manage to stop Maledictator in time. Fifth place, the Book of Truth. Jalil was worried about his sister Alex. He didn't believe that Alex willingly went to help Ladybug. Sensing these emotions, Hawk Moth gave Pharaoh a special item of power, the Book of Truth. The book was a guardian of truth. Upon its appearance, it instantly encased the city within an infinitely large pyramid. Its power instantly captured a significant part of the world and began organizing quizzes. I placed it in a higher position because the book didn't even give anyone a chance to be unaffected by its influence. All superheroes ended up initially trapped, where the Book of Truth began asking not simple questions, but rather trick questions, where anyone could stumble and make a mistake. Only magical assistance from Bunnyx helped Ladybug untangle herself from the endless complexity of the question about future events. Fourth place, Siren. Ondine, a woman filled with emotions, bravely confessed her feelings to Kim. But alas, Kim misunderstood the whole situation, leaving Ondine with a broken heart. Ondine transforms into Siren. I was truly captivated by her ability to turn the whole city into a vast, flooded pool, a spectacle like no other. Give me a like. I consider this a truly remarkable achievement. Imagine the streets you walk turning into shimmering waterways and buildings becoming majestic underwater structures. Paris now thrives as an immense aquarium with no end in sight. It's simply astounding and endless. I would put her in a higher position. After all, in her aquatic environment, no one will be able to resist her. But Siren's power doesn't force anyone to submit to her, so she is a little weaker than those in higher positions. Third place, Sandboy and Night Tormentor. Meet masters of utilizing other people's nightmares to achieve their mysterious goals. And they do it as discreetly and casually as possible. Sandboy leisurely and relaxedly flew around the city, dispersing his pollen that materializes the dreams of unsuspecting individuals. Night Tormentor did the same, but unlike Sandboy, he traverses not just one city, but roams across the entire world. His power knows no bounds, and he expertly plunges everyone he encounters into their deepest nightmares. No one could control their emotions that arise when people are faced with their darkest thoughts, unable to control the overwhelming fear that engulfs them. This power literally has no limits, and his incredible influence seems unstoppable. The pollen disperses somewhere in the sky, and the entire city finds itself under your endless influence. And if the owner of this power doesn't reveal themselves, their nightmares will be endless because they don't require external control. It's a never-ending nightmare in reality. Second place, Darkblade. Armand wants to become the mayor, but no one takes him seriously. From Hawk Moth, Armand gains the power to knight anyone he encounters. But when he becomes Darkblade, he climbs to the rooftop of the mayor's building and hangs his flag. This allows him to create a massive spot that rapidly spreads over many kilometers. The diameter of the dark cylinder keeps narrowing, turning anyone who crosses its path into a knight serving Darkblade. This power is limitless, and there's no escaping it. The dark cylinder simply exists and captures new followers. Ladybug and Cat Noir wouldn't have stood a chance against General Darkblade if he had stepped outside the bounds and simply waited for the cylinder of subjugation to engulf the superheroes. With control over a large portion of Paris, Darkblade could have then proceeded to conquer the entire world, step by step. First place, Princess Fragrance. I love Princess Fragrance's superpower. Rose turned her perfume into a tool that can control other people's will. The pink clouds can penetrate and envelop almost any space, and it's nearly impossible to escape or hide from the scent. The perfume can literally infiltrate anywhere, leaving no corner untouched. Princess Fragrance initially controlled entire rooms, captivating all who were there. But her ambition knew no bounds, and she set her sights on the whole city at once, creating a colossal pink cloud that covered the entire sky and draped all in a mesmerizing hue. Rose was very close to having absolutely everyone in the city become her servants, and no one could hide from her fragrance. It offers endless possibilities to subjugate everyone around effortlessly, and that's really cool. Subscribe and hit the like button, be a friend, turn on the notification bell for my channel Mindful Madama.